How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button so you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on my channel. Also, head over to Twitch. Follow me there at Douglas447. I stream there at least once a week. So make sure you guys follow me over there so you guys don't miss out on those streams. And we're going to be talking about WandaVision, the complete season. I don't think we're going to be getting a season 2. This show has 9 episodes. It has a beginning, middle, and an end. And so we're just going to be talking my final thoughts on the show, and I'll give you guys my overall score of the show at the end. I've already talked about the first 2 episodes in a past video, so if you guys want, go ahead and you guys can use the search engine or go into the playlist of TV shows, and you guys can find my thoughts and opinions and review score of the first 2 episodes. I was going to review every single episode every single week. But I decided, you know what, I've done that with The Mandalorian, and it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of time consuming to have to, every single week, talk about every single episode. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to watch the show and see how it evolves. And I really enjoyed just being able to watch the show and just do one video. And so we're going to be talking about episodes 3 through 9. And what I thought of the show in general. So, first of all, in episode 3, we got to see a lot of references to the movie Age of Ultron, which I thought was pretty cool. In episode 4, we get to have some characters from the Thor movies, Ant-Man and Captain Marvel. We get to see Darcy again, Agent Woo, and Captain Monica Rambeau, which I thought was really cool. We also get to see some post-life events of what happens after the ending of Avengers Endgame, which I thought was really cool. And we also get to dive a lot into the organization, which is SWORD, which is basically SHIELD 2.0. Episode 5, we get a really cool cameo of the Quicksilver from the X-Men movies. Yeah, that's at least what I thought it was until I got to the last episode. I felt like how they treated Quicksilver in this show was extremely disrespectful, because at the very end you find out he's just some other random dude that has speed powers. He's not actually Quicksilver that we know, which I thought was really a letdown. So even though a lot of people are like, oh, this is the setting up the X-Men franchise to come into the MCU, and we're getting all this awesome stuff, and I'm like, yeah, this show kind of killed that. There were so many red herrings in the show, and Quicksilver was just one of them. My biggest one I thought was going to be the fact that they were going to bring Ultron back, and they unfortunately didn't bring Ultron back, which is kind of a bummer. Also in episode 5, we get a answer as to why Wanda took over Westview, why she took over the entire town, so I thought that was really cool. Also, we get to see Wanda and Vision's kids, Billy and Tommy, and we also get to see them grow up, and I thought it was pretty cool. Eventually we get to figure out that, one of them has the ability to basically be the next Quicksilver, and another one kind of is like Professor X, but he's not in a wheelchair, so I thought that was really cool. In episode 6, we get a bunch of X-Men Easter eggs, a lot of Age of Ultron references as well. We get some references to the fact that the family of Wanda is kind of like the Incredibles, and we also get to see some Parent Trap Easter eggs. Also, we get to finally start figuring out that we probably shouldn't be trusting Tyler Hayward, the director of SWORD. And of course, at the very end of the show, he ends up being arrested because he tried to kill kids and have Wanda kill. He had Vision kill Wanda and the fake Vision, which I thought was really funny. We also get to see Billy and Tommy finally use their powers in episode 6, so I really enjoyed that. In episode 7, Rambeau, Captain Monica Rambeau, she gains superpowers. She gets these photon abilities, so she can have like bullets go through her, and she's perfectly okay. Her powers aren't really, shown and talked about all that much. It's really that she has all these powers, and the show doesn't really explain what she can do. She just has the ability to do things for the sake of her needing to do things. Like if she needs to be a wall to protect somebody and somebody's trying to kill somebody with bullets, she just shows up, protects them, the bullets go through her and they stop, and no one dies. And that's fine, but I'm just like, I don't understand what her power set is. I'm sure we'll get more answers in Captain Marvel 2 because she's supposed to go into space and meet up with Nick Fury and be part of the Secret Invasion TV show and or Captain Marvel 2 movie. So I'm hoping we'll get more of that. Also in episode 7, we get to discover who the actual villain is of the show. And besides those two things, honestly, episode 7 was my least favorite episode out of the entire show. I know a lot of people have a lot of problems with the finale, but episode 7 I thought was kind of filler. Nothing really substantial actually happens, and it's just like, hey, by the way, this person has powers now. Hey, by the way, Agnes is here and she's a villain, kinda. Actually, Wanda's technically the villain. She's the problem that causes the whole hex. And then the last two episodes, in episode 8, we finally get to dive into Agatha and her backstory from the 60s. And basically it tells us why she is so powerful, and she was so powerful and so wanting to control everything, and she's so power hungry that she even killed her own mother to obtain her powers and to obtain her goals. Episode 8 also connects to past episodes that connect with this one, so we get to figure out and see what the whole point of the sitcoms were. It's basically that Wanda really likes sitcoms. We get to see a lot of Wanda's past before Avengers Age of Ultron. Seeing, you know, what happened in Sokovia. Her parents get killed because of Stark's weapons being abused. We get to see her, you know, actually they made it canon where she's always been a Scarlet Witch. It's just her touching the Mind Stone within Hydra amplified it and brought it out. And we also get to revisit, you know, the Avengers compound, Avengers HQ, before, you know, everything happened with Avengers Infinity War. Also, I really love the line, you know, what is grief if not love? I can't talk. What is grief if not love? I'll be right back. Okay, no, whatever. The episode is about love. I also finally understood and felt for how and why how and why Wanda made the hex. Also, Vision, we also get to discover that is inside of the hex doesn't exist physically, and that the real Vision is still dead and being held by Sword. Which, of course, I'm just like, okay, Vision's not real. That means their kids aren't real, so Billy and Tommy aren't real. So I thought that was pretty interesting. We also get some more X-Men references, which I really liked. And at the very end of episode 8, there is the post-credit scene, and we get introduced to White Vision. And then the finale, the thing I'm sure you guys really want me to talk about the most, to save the best for last. Oh my goodness, there's so much that happened in this finale. I don't think I could cover it. But to be honest with you guys, I think the finale should have been a two-parter. I think there should have been 10 episodes to the show. I felt like there was a lot of things on the, you know, floor of the finale, and I felt like a lot of things just got cut. There's so much that is crammed into like this 40-minute episode. And I think if it had another 30-40 minutes, it would have had a lot more breathing room. It could have had a lot more action and fight scenes. Things could have been able to breathe a little and me digest it. And there's just so much that happens. I mean, even at the end of this finale episode, there's 2 post-credit scenes. There is so much that had to happen in 40 minutes. They couldn't even get it into the full 40 minutes of an episode. They had 2 post-credit scenes. Like, this is a Marvel movie. And I'm just like, good grief. But, you know, there was so much. Fantastic ending, yeah. And action, bittersweet ending as well. We also get to see the Darkhold, which was a really cool reference to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, which means possibly we might get Ghost Rider in the MCU. The Ghost Rider inside of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is actually the last person to have the Darkhold. So when Agnes has it in this show, I'm like, what? I mean, I get Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't canon anymore, unfortunately, but I was like, okay, you just kind of like made a reference to it, so is it canon or not, Marvel? We get to see the fake Vision versus the white Vision. I thought that was really well done. Oh, we also get a four-way battle, which I thought was pretty cool. Kind of like a Incredibles ripoff. We also get to finally have it where White Vision becomes Vision with all of his memories. Scarlet Witch basically is unleashed and goes God mode on Agatha, which I thought was really cool. The Hex is destroyed and everyone is freed. Unfortunately, it kills everything and everybody that isn't actually physically alive, which means that Fake Vision ends up being destroyed along with Billy and Tommy, Wanda's kids. And so, yeah, that was kind of bittersweet. The show kind of ends where the director of S.W.O.R.D. ends up being arrested by the FBI. Wanda ends up taking off. Monica Rambeau, I guess, is going to become probably the new director of S.W.O.R.D. It isn't like, said out loud, but it's just like it would be implied that that would happen. She kind of would be next in charge. I mean, her mom is the one that founded S.W.O.R.D. And so if she doesn't become the head of S.W.O.R.D., I'm just going to be kind of like, okay. And I'm like, whoever replaces Tyler Hayward and overpowers Rambo, I'm just like, it's going to be really bizarre. Also, the post-credit scenes, we get to figure out that the Skrulls are still around, and Monica Rambeau is going to head over into space and chill with Captain Marvel and Nick Fury, which is pretty cool. Also, this show is supposed to tie in and end up leading into Wanda meeting Doctor Strange, and so that's going to make it where Wanda's going to meet Strange, and we're going to get Doctor Strange 2, The Multiverse of Madness. And also, Wanda is trying to bring back her kids, but physically. So there's a lot that happened in the show, guys, and honestly, I had a blast watching it. I will be doing a series review for Falcon and the Winter Soldier once that's over with. I might do Bad Batch once that's over with. That's supposed to start coming out in May. And after that ends, we're getting the Loki show. So I will be talking about those. And, if you guys have any major comments or questions you guys want to ask me about those shows when they're airing, let me know in any of my videos or in my live streams or podcasts, and I'll be more than willing to do so. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do seasonal reviews. Me doing episodic reviews, I can't guarantee that I'm always going to be able to get a review every single week out. And there's just some episodes, like episode 7 in this show, I'm just like, it was kind of boring. There was only 2 things that happened. I don't want to make a 4 or 5 minute video and just talk about 2 things for a couple minutes and that be it. I want my videos to be more meaty, have more substance, and you guys have something that you guys can talk about and either agree or disagree with me in the comments section about for a longer time. I mean, this video has been going on for 12, 13 minutes. And I've been talking about several episodes at once. And I just think that's going to be more healthy for me, so it doesn't require me to have so much stress of making sure I get a video out for one show every single week. But we'll be talking about the future of the MCU and everything else. Unfortunately, last thing I wanted to talk about, this is a Disney Plus exclusives, and it's a good and a bad thing. I mean, it's meaning that, this show and the future ones we're getting, it's going to make your Disney Plus subscription seem more worthwhile. Yet at the same time, if you don't have Disney Plus, you're going to be missing out on these shows. And these shows are going to be tying in with the Marvel movies. These shows are part of Marvel Phase 4. Now, I've talked to a lot of people, and they're like, okay, I'm done with Marvel. I've had my Avengers Infinity War. I've had my Endgame. Spider-Man 2, Far From Home was just a little icing on the cake. And a lot of people are actually done with the Marvel movies. They're done with the MCU, and they don't care what else comes out. And I respect that. I mean, there's only so many superhero things you can absorb before, some people are just mentally exhausted. And I can understand and appreciate the fact that, a lot of people, they're like, yeah, we acknowledge those things exist. I just want to be able to move on. Well, me as a YouTube creator, and a big Marvel fan and a fan of comics, I'm excited that the MCU is growing and expanding, and I'm looking forward to the future. With that, guys, I'm going to give WandaVision Season 1. I don't think we're getting another season, to be honest. If we do, I'll be really shocked. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I appreciate all of you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.